Apparently, I've become somewhat of an authority figure on fallen angels, at least in a lot of your eyes, because I get asked a lot of questions, and in this video, I'm going to address some of those questions. And truly, this is going to be all my opinion based on years and thousands of hours of my research. And I would say one of the questions that I get asked the most is, how can Brad Pitt be Benicio del Toro if they're both still alive? Well, to address that properly, first what you need to know is they're trapped in their flesh. They're not spirits going from one body to the next. It's the same body. They can just shapeshift to look like Brad or to look like Benicio. And them being alive at the same time is as simple as this. Their characters being played on the world stage. Just like Rocky and Rambo existed at the same time, so do Brad and Benicio. It's that simple. They're characters. He's a shapeshifter that can go back and forth. And they all play multiple characters. Multiple. Benicio and Brad and San Diego's quarterback, Justin Herbert. They play multiple characters in all the different things you see on TV. Sports, music, politics. They all play at least 4. Brad and Justin. Brad, who's famous for the movie Seven, and Justin, who's entering his 7th NFL season and just happens to be ranked the 7th overall preseason. So while you know they are characters, they allow you to think that they aren't characters. It's mind manipulation. And they win their Oscars for playing the best other role, not the movie roles. That's why Angelina, Brad's wife, gave Benicio the Oscar when he won one. Because he won an Oscar for being Benicio when he's Brad. But Brad's just a character too. They don't show us their true angel selves. They're all characters. All of them. And like I said, they're trapped in their flesh suits. They all play multiple roles and they shapeshift from Tony Hawk to Bill Gates and Jack Johnson to you-know-who. They can shapeshift young and old, short and tall. They're true shapeshifters, like the octopus. Which brings me to the very next most frequent asked question I get. If they can shape from old to young and short to tall and male to female, well, how come they can't shift their scars and blemishes away? Well, there's something called a mimic octopus, and it can look like 10 different fish, it can look like a jellyfish, it can look like a snake. But when it has damaged tissue, like you will see here, these 2 damaged tissue marks, they don't change because it's damaged tissue, and these fallen angels aren't spirits going in and out of bodies. They're stuck in their body, just like your soul is stuck in your body. They just have the ability to shapeshift like a mimic octopus. Their scars remain. And like I said, they can go from old to young and young to old, and their scars always remain. This is Dale Earnhardt, who supposedly died hitting a wall, and this is Morgan Wall. And you can see the massive scar on his cheek, and you can see the massive scar on his cheek because he can shapeshift his non-damaged tissue, but he can't shapeshift that. And they can go from young to old and vice versa. This is Robert Kell E. Slater, and this is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that this is going on? I don't see Mel Gibson around too much anymore. And well, they sure are built alike. And they sure do look alike. And their faces sure are symmetrical. If only I could figure out a way to prove it without a question of a doubt. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I wonder who those belong to. If only I could, like I said, prove it without a question or doubt. I'll have to keep looking. Entertainment purposes, of course. I mean, they don't even really look alike. I mean, he's got 4 crow's feet and Mel has 3. Totally different guys. Entertainment only. And they can go from old to young and young to old and just look different. This is Mel Gibson and Kell E. Slater. And Mel Gibson has this mushroom-looking scar right on his stomach here. Kind of just like Kel E. Slater. Mel Gibson, Kel E. Slater. They're shapeshifters, but they can't shift their damaged tissue. And well, another question I get a lot is, can they die? And no, in my humble opinion, yet again, they can't die. It's why so many of them fake their deaths and take on new roles, because they're playing so many roles at once. At some point, if they want to start a new one, it gets too burdensome to try to juggle 4 or 5 roles. So they do fake deaths, and all of them have other roles they're playing. And they always use the movies to tell us the truth about them not dying and their gender and different things.
I'm a god.
You're God.
I'm a god. I'm not the god. I don't think.
Because you survived a car wreck?
I didn't just survive a wreck. I wasn't just blown up yesterday. I have been stabbed, shot, poisoned, frozen, hung, electrocuted, and burned.
Oh, really?
And every morning I wake up without a scratch on me, not a dent in the fender. I am an immortal.
You see, when they say it jokingly, that's when they're telling you the truth. When they're cramming it down your throat like the globe at the beginning of every movie, that's when they're indoctrinating you and trying to brainwash you. And in that clip, that was Bill Murray, by the way, and this is Edgar Allan Poe, who supposedly died in 1849. And yes, you can look up the videos on that. They have all the scars. But maybe I show one here. I do. I remember this one. Right here. See it? A scar and a scar in the exact same place. Imagine that. Oh, speaking of movies, have you ever seen the movie Dogma, where Ben Affleck and Matt Damon play fallen angels who are trying to get back into heaven? And there's some interesting things in it.
Last 4 days on Earth? If I had a dick, I'd go get laid.
Just take whatever you want, but don't kill or rape me.
Don't give over, will you? I couldn't rape you if I wanted to. Angels are ill-equipped. Angels are ill-equipped. Angels are ill-equipped. See? I'm as anatomically impaired as a Ken doll.
And angels? With wings?
No wings. No anything.
No junk. Junkless.
No anything.
No junk. Junkless.
No anything.
No junk. Junkless.
You see, again, in my opinion, there's 2 factions of angels down here. There's the ones that rebelled, and there's the Watchers, who took human wives that created the Nephilim. You see, again, in my opinion, there's 2 factions of angels down here. There's the ones that rebelled, and there's the Watchers, who took human wives that created the Nephilim. You see, again, in my opinion, there's 2 factions of angels down here. There's the ones that rebelled, and there's the Watchers, who took human wives that created the Nephilim. And well, if the Watchers were trapped down here, chained into their flesh, and well, if the Watchers were trapped down here, chained into their flesh, and well, if the Watchers were trapped down here, chained into their flesh, I don't think the Most High would give them the ability to make Nephilim again. So maybe they chained them in their flesh without the ability to procreate. So maybe they chained them in their flesh without the ability to procreate. So maybe they chained them in their flesh without the ability to procreate. And while they might not have any, well, they can definitely present themselves as male and female and female and male, and you get the picture. Well, they can definitely present themselves as male and female and female and male, and you get the picture. Well, they can definitely present themselves as male and female and female and male, and you get the picture. Well, they can definitely present themselves as male and female and female and male, and you get the picture. Well, they can definitely present themselves as male and female and female and male, and you get the picture. And in my opinion, that's why they also fake pregnancies. And in my opinion, that's why they also fake pregnancies. So you don't realize that they're shape-shifting fallen angels. So you don't realize that they're shape-shifting fallen angels. So you don't realize that they're shape-shifting fallen angels. And you just think they're run-of-the-mill celebrities who organically work their way up through the ranks to become famous. No, they've just been fallen angels the whole time. And yes, they know they're fallen angels because they can remember heaven. And you just think they're run-of-the-mill celebrities who organically work their way up through the ranks to become famous. No, they've just been fallen angels the whole time. And yes, they know they're fallen angels because they can remember heaven. They can remember heaven. And you just think they're run-of-the-mill celebrities who organically work their way up through the ranks to become famous. No, they've just been fallen angels the whole time. And yes, they know they're fallen angels because they can remember heaven. They can remember heaven. They remember the war in heaven. Remember the war in heaven. Remember the war in heaven. They sing about it all the time. They sing about longing for heaven and remembering a place that they were there long ago. Start paying attention to the lyrics and you will hear nothing but fallen angel lyrics. Because all your favorite singers, all your favorite musicians, all your favorite athletes, all your favorite TV stars, they're all them. And while some of them might be a little bit more deceiving and lying than others, well, they're all lying to you. Every last one of them. Even seemingly some of the best intentions ones like Robin Williams, who shares the exact scar as Uncle Pappy, and Teddy Roosevelt, by the way. They're all lying, and until you know that and realize that everyone on TV is one of them, well, then you're not in the game. You're a victim. You're a victim. You're a victim of the spiritual warfare that is going around all around you. Of the spiritual warfare that is going around all around you. You're a victim of the spiritual warfare that is going around all around you. But knowing is half the battle because we don't need to fight them. We don't need to be against them. In fact, what we should do is pray for them. Knowing is the battle. And it's a spiritual war and it's an information war. There's no physical war. And yes, I said all your favorite athletes do. But like I said in the beginning, this is just all my opinion, people, based on thousands of hours of research. Entertainment only.